You probably know this feeling. You've tried to build healthy habits, you've watched the videos, you made the plan, maybe even stuck to it for a few days, but somehow it just never lasts. And maybe you start wondering, what am I doing wrong? Like, why is it working out for everyone else, but just not for me? Maybe you're even identifying as lazy, or as a procrastinator, or as someone who's just not disciplined. But let me tell you something. I used to be exactly there. I was trying to implement habits that were supposed to be good for me, nourishing, healthy, but somehow I ended up hating them, and I felt like it was something I needed to do and not something I wanted to do. And this resistance made me stop completely. Until I realized there's one thing. It wasn't about the habit itself, but about the way I felt about it. Hi, it's Elisa. I'm a life coach and very passionate about everything personal development related. And this video is about finally breaking the cycle of always starting a new habit but never sticking to it. Because the truth is, creating new healthy habits is not just about discipline and pushing yourself through discomfort. It's about way more. It's about making space for these new habits and learning to actually enjoy them. So what I've noticed from myself and also from many of my clients is that when they start a new habit, they're often in a fixed mindset. So before we get to the real nugget of this video, let me tell you about the two different types of mindsets. So there's the fixed mindset and there's the growth mindset. So how do you know which one you're in? I'm gonna ask you a few questions and I want you to be really honest with yourself. Do you often think, that's just the way I am? I'm just lazy, I'm just a procrastinator, I'm just not good at this? Do you sometimes avoid challenges because you're afraid of failing? Do you often complain about the same situations over and over again instead of really changing something? Are you giving others or your circumstances the fault that you are not who you want to be? If you have said yes to some of these or many of these questions, you're probably operating from a fixed mindset. Because a growth mindset looks more like this. Maybe I'm not good at this now, but I can learn. My mistakes help me grow. I'm not failing. I'm learning. This is who I want to be, and I'm gonna take the steps to reach that. Okay, so why does this matter? So you can feel bad about yourself? Of course not. Knowing your mindset helps you work with your brain instead of against it. And this is what this video is really about. The truth is, you don't need more pressure or discipline. You need a mindset that makes space for these new habits. And therefore, I want to introduce you to an idea that maybe sounds a little bit weird at first. Manipulate yourself. Okay, I know this sounds harsh, but let me explain it to you. The definition of manipulation is simply to handle or influence something in a skillful way. So let's skillfully influence your mind. So what is the mindset shift that we actually need? It's very simple. Learn to love what's good for you. Not tolerate it, not accept it, not like it, but really love it. It's about learning to enjoy the things that support you in your own personal growth and your health or whatever you want to achieve. It's about associating them with lightness, and joy and passion. And no, that does not happen overnight, but it starts with awareness and it deepens with practice. So here's a little trick that has helped me and my clients over and over again. It's simple, but it's very powerful. Start telling yourself again and again that you love this new habit that you're implementing for yourself, and that you dislike these old patterns, these old habits that are not good for you anymore. And hear me out, you're not lying, you're rewiring your brain. You're making space for this new version of yourself that actually loves it, because there is a part of you, inside of you, that actually loves this new habit. And you want to manifest that. You want to increase that. And you are choosing to connect with that part of yourself that's already in love with this new habit. And that brings us to the key. It's not about the habit itself, but rather about the feeling that this habit brings into our life. When you focus on that feeling, everything starts to shift. Let me give you an example. So let's say you want to meditate every morning, but right now it feels boring, it feels like a chore, and when waking up you already feel like, why did I decide to do this? And that's where most people stop. They think that this resistance means that habit just isn't for them, or they're just not disciplined enough. But what if the resistance isn't about the habit, but about the way you feel about it? So let's change that. And we start here. Ask yourself, what is the feeling that you are wishing for from that habit? What is the feeling that you want from that? Taking the example of the meditation, maybe you want to feel peace. Maybe you want to feel grounded. Whatever it is, make it specific. And here comes the real game changer. Let yourself feel this feeling that you're craving before even doing the habit. So let's say you wake up and you notice there's this thought coming in from, oh no, I don't want to meditate, and you say, stop. Like, oh, interesting, this is the old version of me wanting to hold me back. Oh, she doesn't know yet, like, I love this new habit. I really love it. And then you visualize how you do the meditation and how you feel good about it, how you feel peace, how you feel clarity, grounded, whatever it is. You visualize yourself in that state, and especially with these great feelings that you want for yourself. So when you notice this old pattern of you telling yourself that you don't want to do this, that you're bored, whatever, you just say, stop. Stop, stop, stop. This is the old me. I'm a new version now. And I love it. And maybe you don't believe yourself the first time, but trust me, this step with the visualization of yourself, feeling what you want to feel, very soon you're actually gonna fall in love with the things that are good for you. And the same goes for the things that aren't good for you. Let's say you want to eat less sugar. Maybe you're eating sugar now every day. So you start telling yourself, I don't actually like that. Like, it's too sweet. That's way too sweet for me. No, thank you. And you visualize how you eat that cookie, for example. And you feel like this, oh, this is so much sugar. Like, oh, it makes my stomach feel weird and everything. And you really go into this feeling of disgust. And again, because I really want you to understand this, it's about the feeling. It's about how you feel about that habit, because of course, if you're going to tell yourself again and again, oh, I really love eating cookies, I really love eating chocolate cake, and I really love sugar, of course you're going to love it forever. But start telling yourself what you actually want to feel, how you actually want to be, and create that evidence by using the images in your head and connecting to the feeling. And then reality is going to follow. But what if you still don't want to do it? Give yourself a few days and make every choice a conscious one. So let's say you tell yourself you'll love it, but you don't do it anyway. You tell yourself, I love meditating, but today I decide not to do it. But tomorrow I will do it. And eventually you end up doing it today. And the same goes for if you're falling off your habit. Make it a conscious decision, even if it doesn't feel like it. So how long is this going to take? I think we all know that implementing a new habit takes between 21 and 60 days. So don't give up. So don't tell yourself, nah, this isn't working. Like, I don't believe myself when I say I love it or don't like it. Because the truth is, the more often you say it, and the more often you connect to that feeling, which is the first evidence, the sooner it will feel true. And it will feel true. When I first started meditating, I felt so bored, really. But now, I love it. In the whole first year, it felt so hard for me to get out of bed and meditate. And even if I did it, I didn't really enjoy it. And I couldn't really enjoy the benefits of it. Until I started shifting my mind. So let's sum it up. You don't need more discipline. You need to love your new habits. You need to love what's good for you. By telling yourself that you love it, by telling yourself that you don't like what's not good for you, and by connecting with that feeling and visualizing. If you're actually thinking about implementing meditation as a habit, make sure to check out the meditation I've linked down below, which I've uploaded on my meditation channel. It's one of my newest morning meditations, and I think it's a really good starting point. Also, let me know in the comments if this resonated with you and what was your key takeaway. I would really love to connect with you all, and remember, you have your own timing. Trust it. You don't need to rush through your life. Embrace it. Embrace yourself as best as you can. And don't be too hard on yourself. You're doing great. You really do. If this video was helpful, I would really appreciate if you subscribe to this new channel, and I really hope to see you next time. Thank you for your trust. Bye bye.